Hey, it's Rachel here again. How are you going? Tabir and I are demonstrating our flexibility today. We've committed to doing this video and we've had quite a bit of rain. So we're actually videoing today from the comfort of my laundry. We're doing the best we can with the environment we've got right now, which is quite a lot of rain. So thanks for taking the time to hang out with me again today. Welcome to week 3 of the Active Body and Mind program. Today we're going to be chatting about goals and specifically how to be a happy, healthy and you by knowing your outcome. So I'm not sure whether you've been a goal setter in the past or whether you're someone who's had the dream yet haven't yet taken the time to write it down. What you're going to be learning today is how you can actually turn your dream into a reality by getting it out of your head and onto paper. So I know you've already come into this program with a clear idea of what it is you want to achieve. You've already got the key ingredients of commitment and determination. Yet, if you don't know where it is you're headed to, if you don't have a clear idea of the outcome that you're seeking, then how are you going to take action on a consistent basis to move towards that outcome? Those who set goals achieve what it is that they want faster. If you have a desired outcome, you are taking control of your life. And if you don't, then who is it that you're giving your power over to take control for you? So you may have noticed at different times in your life that there was something that you really wanted, something that was really important to you. Yet if you didn't stop to take the time to set a goal, I'm wondering how you went in terms of achieving that. I know that there have been many ideas that I've had, and I call them ideas, even though at the time I was really clear that they were goals to me. Yet I didn't stop, I didn't learn the skill of actually setting goals that were going to work for me. What I've learned over the last 2 years is how to set goals that light me up, how to set goals that enable me to take action on a daily basis to achieve them. How to be clear as to where my goals sit in my overall priorities, and to ensure that my goals are set in a way that work for me and work for my family. So today I'm going to be taking you through the key principles to assist you to achieve your goals. And as Paul Cribb said, most people have the desire to change, they don't yet have a clear pathway. What you're going to be learning today is how you can set your sights on what it is you want to achieve to ensure that you're identifying the clearest pathway to achieving it. Because I'm sure you've worked out by now that there are many different roads that may lead to where it is you want to be. Yet if you don't know where it is you're heading to, how are you going to know which road to take? So when it comes to goals, there is a formula that has proven to work time and time again for people setting goals of all different types. And that is the SMART principles. And I've added 2 extra steps to that to make them even smarter goals. So S is for specific, knowing exactly what it is you want, defining who it's going to be with, when, what's going to be involved, getting really specific so you know exactly what it is that you want. M is for measurable, to know what it is that's going to change. How are you going to know when you've achieved it? What's going to be the shift from where you're at today? A is for attainable and attractive. So it's within your reach, it's within your responsibility, and you're also attracted to it. So it's something that excites you, that motivates you to take action, as opposed to words on the paper. R is for realistic and in your responsibility. So realistic is ensuring that it's something that is achievable for you, that you're setting your sights on a goal that is a stretch. It requires you to take action to make changes, yet you believe it's achievable for you. And I get that right now there may be some doubt in your mind as to whether or not you can really achieve what you want. Yet part of the process of achieving your goals is also shifting your beliefs to see what is possible for you. So I really want to encourage you to make your goal a stretch at the same time as looking at how it is realistic for you. And T is time bound. So a goal needs to have a specific time frame to that which you're working towards. E is for evaluate and R is for reward. So the E and the R come after the goal's accomplished. Yet I want you to think about these as part of the steps of defining your goal, because it's also going to assist you to see what the measures are that you need to include to know whether or not you've been successful. And the reward is really key, not just at the end of the goal, throughout the process, identifying how it is you're going to be building in those rewards on a daily basis to encourage you to keep taking action. And the rewards can be as simple as a daily acknowledgement, taking the time to reflect, to identify what it is you did today even better than yesterday. And perhaps along the way you'll also build in some milestones, some tangible rewards that you can strive towards and know that you've achieved your milestones, so that you can see how it is you keep taking action towards your goals. Because one of the things I've noticed is that when people start the journey of body and health transformation, that they want to get from A to B as quickly as possible. And I can relate to that. I think that we've all had times in our lives when we just wanted things to change. And we wanted things to change today. We know where we want to be, we just want that result now. Yet, to achieve something that has meaning for you, to achieve something that is a stretch, it means taking action towards it. It's the action that we take on a daily basis that is going to make the biggest difference. So it's been said that 95% of people don't set goals. 5% who do succeed. So are you going to be in the 5%? So if you haven't yet set goals, one of the things to ask yourself is, what is it that's been holding you back? For many, I've noticed that there is a strong fear of failure, believing that the past equals the future. And because they may not have achieved the goals they set for themselves in the past, they've avoided setting goals today. You may notice that there are some areas of your life where it comes naturally for you to set and achieve goals. These are the areas perhaps that you feel most comfortable in. The good thing about identifying where those areas are is seeing that you already have the ability and the knowledge within you. Perhaps all this is about is just transferring that knowledge into a different area of your life. So having a look at your life and seeing the areas that perhaps you're most successful in, and seeing what goals and how you set your goals in those areas is going to assist you to see how you can make it work for you in your health and fitness. One of the things that I became clear on was that I had in the past clearly set goals not just for me, but for the people that I worked with in my business and in my career. So all I needed to do is to identify how I could transfer that same approach across into my personal life. And I think this is often what we don't do so often. So we often spend the time thinking about the tangible things we want to achieve when it comes to our business, to our career. Yet how often do we stop and think about what's important to us in our personal life? And as you do take the time to reflect on what's important for you, making health and your vitality your number one priority is going to make the hugest difference in your life. So by making health and vitality your number one priority, you're saying yes to you, and you're laying the foundations for the success you can achieve in any area of your life. Because when you have health and vitality, then you have the ability to see what it is that you want to achieve in any area of your life. You'll also be creating for yourself a reference point. Because if you can achieve the goals you set for yourself in your health and your body transformation, then you can achieve goals in any area of your life. So let's have a look at how it is you can set your goals this week to ensure you achieve the success you're seeking out of the Active Body and Mind program. So the first step is to know what you want. And to know what you want means using the language of describing it the way you want it rather than the way you don't want it. So an example that I often hear when people are describing what they don't want is that they don't want to be tired. They don't want to feel run down. They don't want to feel stressed. Yet your mind doesn't have the ability at the subconscious level to process the negatives. So all it is that you're really saying to yourself is, I want to be tired, I want to be run down, I want to be stressed. So the challenge for you as you're writing your goals is to switch your language, to start describing things not just in the way you're writing your goals, but in the way you're speaking to yourself, the way you would like it to be. Now for many of us, this is a new skill to learn. So thinking about what are the words that would describe what you want for yourself. Think back to a time when you considered yourself to be your most healthiest, your most happy. How would you have described yourself then? And if you can't think of a time for you, think of it someone else you really admire, who has the health, the fitness, the vitality that you're seeking. How would you describe them? Start writing down some of the words that come to you, the phrases. See how they feel for you and see what words and meanings have the greatest impact on you. Take the time to write down these words and then we'll put them together into the goals. And the second step is to identify your time frame. So here we're starting with the end again. So to identify what the time frame is that you want to achieve your goals. Now, you may have a specific date already in your mind, and if you do, that's great. If not, that's all good too. Because what I would recommend is that you just use a 90-day time frame. 90 days has been shown to be long enough to need to take action to achieve your goals, and short enough to get to a point where you still have the motivation, the commitment to keep taking action. So 90 days is going to be a really great time frame for you to get the motivation to take consistent action to achieve your goals. That's also going to take you just past the 12 weeks of this program, which I actually think is ideal, because I want you to see that you're pushing beyond what it is you thought may have been your end point. And to notice that really it's just going to be another beginning for you. And as you get to that date that you set for yourself, it'll be an opportunity to reflect, to reward yourself for your achievements, and to identify where to next. And then the third step, to apply the SMARTER principles, to look through your goals, to identify and write down specific, measurable, attainable, realistic and time-bound goals, to identify when and how you're going to evaluate your goals and how it is you're going to reward yourself. Pulling all of this information together so you have it written down on paper where it's readily accessible for you to be able to bring your attention to it on a daily basis. And once you've completed that task, then go on to the next step. Number 4, to develop your compelling why. A compelling why is what it is that's going to motivate you to take action on a consistent basis. Now you may already be clear on what this is. This may have been the pain that motivated you to take action in the first place. In week 1 I identified and shared with you the pain versus pleasure principle and how you can make this work for you. In developing your compelling why, this is absolutely where you want to bring in some pain and pleasure. So what is it that's going to motivate you to take action from today? What is it that you want to achieve? What's going to change for you in your life? How is you taking action going to benefit not just you, but all of those around you? This is a good point to check in on ecology as well, to ensure that the goal that you're setting for yourself is going to be good for you, good for those around you, and good for your environment. This is going to assist you to take congruent action and to avoid any self-sabotage. And then the final step, and perhaps the most important, to commit to action. Tony Robbins has said that you should never leave a room where you've set a goal without first taking action. So what I would love for you to do right now is to think about what is going to be the first step you're going to take. How is it that you're going to commit yourself to action right now? And then I want you to work backwards from your goal and identify the steps along the way, the milestones that you're going to achieve. What I would suggest is you take the time to have a look at chapter 2 and notice that in there is a time is a template which is going to assist you to pull your goals together. In that template, there are 3 different time frames that will assist you to work backwards. There's also 3 options within each goal. And a great idea is to think about your goals that you're creating for yourself in terms of performance or strength. So perhaps something you'd really like to achieve for yourself, whether it be push-ups, the weights, whether it be a distance you want to run, something that's going to be a stretch for you. And then a physical goal. What are the physical changes that you're going to notice? What I would suggest is that you ensure that these are changes which you're going to be able to measure. So often people will use scales, yet I'd suggest that perhaps it would be more effective to choose another method. Scales, when it comes to boosting your metabolism and building muscle, are perhaps the least effective way of you determining your results. So where possible, avoid the scales and go instead with measurements or body composition through getting the pinch test done. And ideally combining both of those methods. So there you have it. Those are the SMARTO principles and the steps that you can be taking this week to achieve your goals. And what I would love you to do is to pull all of that together into the 3rd step of the MP principles, which is to identify how this is going to impact on you and your lifestyle. What is the vision that you're creating for yourself? What is it that you can see you and your family enjoying now that you've achieved this goal? I want you now to take yourself forward to a time in the future to see yourself exactly as you want to be. I want you to notice what it is that you're seeing, how you see yourself, how you see those around you. What is it that's different for you? And I want you to notice what you're hearing and how you're feeling. All of that are part of the senses that you can bring into your goal as you write it, to describe the scene exactly as you want it to be, turning up the colours and making it as bright as possible, and noticing how creating the scene assists you to shift your beliefs around what's possible for you. So now it's time to take action. I'd love you this week to share what your learnings have been as you've read chapters 2 and you've listened to the audios as well as this video. Share your learnings and identify what actions you're taking this week to assist to hold yourself accountable and to assist others to motivate them as well. So this has been week 3 of Active Body and Mind. Thanks for hanging out with me again, and I look forward to checking in with you soon. Bye for now.